Welcome back to StarTropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. We at this point have some tetrads, like what, 4 or 5 of them?
I don't know,
and we've killed at least 2 Zodas. And we've been zipped off to another land. Where are we?
I don't know, but the worst part is that once we get done with Zoda Z, we have to go to Zoda, the Greek alphabet now, so we have to go to Alpha, Beta, Gamma.
Oh, we're just starting all over.
Yeah. Wait until we get to the Arabic alphabet. I don't even know what that letter starts with.
Just going on forever.
You know, I don't want to harp on the Arabic language and everything, but does it just look like squiggles to you?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Like, I get that people know how to read it and everything, but I look at that and go like, are you sure?
But have you seen Russian cursive?
Oh my god, no, I don't even want to see that. Do they have Cyrillic letters in there? So they have, like, Latin letters, and then there's just this weird backwards R on occasion, and then there's another letter that I don't feel like belongs in there, but it does because its age is older than English or something. Oddsbotkins. Some English phrase.
There's some gruff guy.
Oddsbotkins, stranger, methinks you should see the king.
Perfect.
Yeah,
exactly what I had in mind.
Every English viewer is going like, oh, another American doing this accent. Just don't worry. We'll send them English actors over, and they'll nail American accents because it's not that hard. Because it feels like American accents, all you do is just like, I don't have an accent anymore. At least for us. For me, it feels like the way we talk, it's like there's no accent.
See, technically that's how everyone speaks.
Oh, it's Camelot. Let's not go there. 'Tis a silly place.
Yeah, technically that's how everybody thinks, though. Like, wherever you are, you think where I am is the place that doesn't have an accent.
Yeah, it feels like that to me, and I hear other people, like, talk, and they talk perfectly fine in their native language, but then they try to speak English or another language, and you can tell it's, like, messing with them because they're not used to different pronunciations for some things.
I did look at a map of, like, what makes different accents unique and stand out, though, and where we live is actually at this weird mesh of, like, there's nothing that stands out here.
Yeah.
So we have the most generic of all American accents.
That's kind of what it feels like to me. First of all,
there are still some weird little things.
Yeah.
But, like,
he says he's Lancelot, but I swear his sprite looks like Ragnar McRhymes from the Dragon Quest.
He's got a pretty rockin' stash.
Yeah. I don't think Lancelot's usually depicted with a mustache.
You know, just walking around aimlessly out here by the river.
Gotta find that Holy Grail or something. Oh, there's a sword in the river. Thanks, Vivian. How do you know her name? I play a lot of Shin Megami Tensei.
We're off to the land of Camelot.
Fine. There it is! It's only a model. Shh. I actually watched that movie for my birthday this year, and it's like, it's so hard to enjoy the movie because everyone's quoted it to death from everything I've seen, and it's like, I like the movie, but I've just heard every bit in here.
Like, I haven't seen the movie in like 20 years. And even when I did, I barely, actually focused enough to understand what was going on. But also, I'm pretty sure I could recite the vast majority of the movie.
Oh god, it's just like, it's the nerd Bible at this point. I'm gonna be honest, at some points, it's not really that funny.
This is like almost a Dragon Quest castle.
I mean, that guy over there looks like he's either a sprite from Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy. Specifically Final Fantasy 3.
Hey, look at that circular table.
Honestly, how did they get that to work in an NES game?
A lot of sprites.
They're spineless, the cowardly. I certainly wasn't going to fight the dragon.
Well, let's see here. It is, because they can mirror sprites too, so there's 1, 2, or maybe that's it. So it's
There's
like
8.
2.
There's 8 tables. Because there's 3 on top, 3 at bottom, 2 on the side.
Okay, let's go with that. It's hard for me to line up the sprites, so like let's just go with that.
Yeah.
It's not super hard because they can mirror sprites.
I don't know how many knights were supposed to be on the round table. There's just a lot. I know Final Fantasy VII did like 12, but like 12's like probably the bare minimum.
Well, there's only 8 chairs at that table, so clearly everybody's been exaggerating.
Yeah, well. One of them killed Horshaphon, and I killed him back, so...
Dang it.
They just love... I fear for whatever memory they bring back a Horshaphon for Endwalker, because it's gonna be like, no! I've already cried all my tears, stop!
I did not...
A donut, a sandwich, anything. Donuts in the medieval period is gonna be started like the pepperonis.
I have not looked into when any of these were invented.
Well,
But I would be willing to bet at least a similar confectionery existed at the time.
I can tell you a sandwich did not exist before Camelot because the Earl of Sandwich did not exist during feudal era England. It was like Renaissance to like late 1700s, something like that. So the idea of a sandwich has always existed.
Yeah, just put like friggin' meat on bread, whatever.
Yeah, but the word sandwich in terms of the item did not used until like the Earl of Sandwich. So donuts, I don't think English cooking really did not use sweet confectionery stuff because that was expensive back then. Especially if you had to get it from France or something. Oh my goodness.
What about coffee?
No, coffee was actually more controlled by the Middle Eastern areas, and that was usually like, again, really expensive to get. And it was also apparently really terrible. Like they had to, because like apparently the Caliphate had like a law that they couldn't export any of the beans out as the plant. They had to roast them, and then they just then they brewed it, and then they shipped off the brew.
Oh.
So it was like god awful to drink, but the caffeine kick was enough to make you go like, listen, this is terrible to drink, but my hands are shaking and I'm wide awake. Time to do some enlightenment work here.
So regal.
So handsome. What'd you say? I said handsome. I can say a man looks handsome.
Can't look at a guy and go like, that's a handsome man. An awful, mean, terrible dragon making an absolute mess of things.
So are you saying I'm on the quest to take care of a dragon? A dragon warrior, if you would? I had it right there and I screwed up at the end.
So close.
So you're saying this is my Final Fantasy. Oh. So I'm earthbound for my mother.
Not even close, come on!
Phantasy Star. It's not even on the right system. I know, but it's the only other one I can remember at this point.
Alright, let's get some laser rifles and go on an adventure.
I don't know, for some odd reason thinking about laser rifles kind of implies that it's just like a regular...
Yo, dude, how did your sword do that?
It's Excalibur. Just kind of implying it's like an old M1 Garand, but it also just shoots lasers now, and it's like, why? Why would you not make it futuristic?
Oh boy, we're a Knight of the Round Table. How many of those are there? Like 500? It's actually a dime a dozen? He literally just knights everybody that walks in?
Probably. Does he say anything else? Oh, is he going through the whole show?
Oh, are we gonna get knighted again? Oh no, okay.
Oh, because the one knight won't let us through because we're a civilian.
Oh.
So we have to get knighted to go through.
Hey, yo, how about now? Punk? Could I, have, like, some armor?
I mean, I got a sword.
Could Can I have one of your fancy swords?
It's not like, you know, a katana is not like a poorly made weapon that won't be able to take care of a dragon or something. You know, apparently the way you're supposed to use katana is like fishing. You're supposed to kind of like flick with your wrists, not go like wham. You're supposed to like.
I mean, that makes sense. It's a thin, more fragile weapon. It's designed for its purpose, but we think of them being used like you'd use a broadsword. And you can't.
This is off topic, but I think the one thing I like the most in like Sekiro is that the hardest enemy you fight is a European knight. Because he's so, like, every other person you're fighting is like a Japanese character, so your like swords are dealt with them. But here comes a European knight in this heavy armor and everything, so your sword is like dinging off of him.
Yeah, their weapons weren't meant to deal with that.
Literally, the only way to beat him is he's on a bridge, and you have to like knock him off the bridge, and he falls to his death. That's it. Nothing you do actually kills him. You can't hit any of his joints.
I saw a video with that.
Yeah, you can't hit any of his joints or anything. Go for the kill. You have to knock him off the bridge. And I'm like, I like it because it feels a lot more realistic. Where it's like, listen, a katana ain't given through heavy armor.
It's not built for it. Like, a weapon is always designed with a purpose in mind, and katanas were very effective at what they were intended to do.
Yeah.
You put them against a situation like that, though, they were built for that.
It's like the guy would literally be impossible if he were anywhere else.
Alright, so we're in some cave somewhere.
I think I've seen these guys in a Quake game before. Oh no.
Where the heck are you?
I started at the cave, and then I walked in here, and then there were a bunch of slimes.
I always have so much trouble figuring out where the heck you even are.
Well, yeah, because the maps you're using don't have a... Oh, I fell through the floor.
Oh no.
I fell through the floor after I killed the slime. What was that about?
Well, now I have even less an idea where you are.
Okay, there's a potion.
You're not even on this map.
Am I not? Because I kind of don't want to go down. I want to get the potion, but I don't want to go down because I don't know if I can get back up.
What the heck?
Is it the right map?
Maybe. Maybe not. That's the one I just had open.
Is it the Knight's Cave?
Ah!
Okay, yeah. That's the one.
Oh, there were 3 here. I thought I only saw 2. Okay.
Okay,
so you are... Yeah, you just did that. So you're here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
So, yeah, you can probably go down and get it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get it. I just really... This is the game where I've, like,
You're gonna have to backtrack through a couple of rooms, though.
Oh, oof. Ow, ow. You know what? Screw you. I see a staircase. I don't even need
Yeah,
to
don't
deal
worry
with
about
you.
them. Just get out of there. Okay, so we're back up here. This will take you back into the slime room.
My question, and I know the answer is going to be no, but if I hit that button again, do you think I get more potions?
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, this game's not really that forgiving.
But what if it did?
I mean, I would love it.
I mean, you just gotta fight through 3 rooms every time you want to collect it.
Well, one room. I have to.
Good. No.
No, wouldn't get that lucky a second time around.
There are 2 potions in this room.
Oh, good lord, I do not like this.
So if you go up the left path with those skeletons on it...
Here's the worst part.
Okay, so let's try this again. Does their, like, corpse hurt you?
You know what? In this game, it probably does. But I just magicked over that. Woo!
Heck yeah!
Oh, firecracker, dude. I don't like you.
So if you want to bother fighting him, you can get another potion.
Wait, how do I get around into there?
You have to go around the left side.
Oh, okay.
All the way around the room. Hey, big guy. Oh, you can kill him from here. Not that he's gonna stay dead. What?
Ow, 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 ow. Okay,
What?
apparently he's progress.
Okay, so killing him is progress. Cool. You go up.
Yeah. back. So another potion there, I'm getting that.
Yeah, so just ignore the guy.
Save there. I ain't taking a straight hit just because it was one of those, like, I can't time up the guy right, because if I walk off the edge, I die.
You shouldn't be able to walk off these ledges.
I know, but my brain's going like, you're gonna walk off the ledge, and it's like, but what if I don't? It's like, but what if you do? But I don't wanna. What if I made you think you were going to? Brain, stop it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Don't bother.
Huh?
Yeah, don't bother.
Don't I have to kill him again?
No, you can just go down the left. No, you do have to kill him again.
Yeah, he was the trigger for everything to...
See, I was thinking, like... There we go. Like, ooh. See, I was thinking you had to... You could go in from the left or right rooms, but there's no way onto this platform.
Yeah.
Unless you kill him. And up is progress.
Knights!
Boy, knights!
Oh god, I thought he was electrified for a second.
Electric knights.
Yeah, see, my brain kind of went like, you know the word is electrified, but you're in the same room as Naka, so you're gonna say he's on electricity.
I don't know what the story is with this room.
That's just...
Oh, you're rushing the spikes is what you're doing.
What? Oh.
So if you get through it fast enough...
Ow! Blade Man, what the hell?
Yeah, there's like 4 rooms of this.
Oh my goodness.
One more. Hey!
Oh yeah, 4 hearts here.
Okay, so get ready for probably one of the more annoying bosses in the game.
At least he only has 2 hit points and I've hit him 3 times.
Three. 4.
That was really close, I did not appreciate that.
5. You have potions. And this is the end of this dungeon, so feel free to use them all.
That's what I'm doing.
That's 6.
Yeah, I hit him.
7.
8,
9. 9! Not necessarily a hard boss, but certainly the most annoying.
Oh, it doesn't help that they just made you go around in a circle there. Like forever.
Wow, you've done it! But as with every chapter... Oh. Well, first this, I guess.
No. He followed us from Zelda!
Hoot hoot. No, I don't remember anything, actually.
He was a monkey, and a donkey, and an old man!
No, I don't remember any of
Get
that.
him!
Oh, you're the guy that showed up when we died.
That one time that we let it happen. Okay, so we're just gonna go with Merlin, new aliens, alright.
Okay, and HIROCON is apparently, like, several centuries old.
I mean, aliens, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, if you want to go by Arthurian legend, Merlin's whole point is he was born at the end of time, and he reverse ages through the beginning of the time.
That's weird.
I know, it like makes no sense. That's the whole point with, if you remember, what is that Disney movie, Sword in the Stone?
Yeah.
when Arthur, the kid, pulls the sword out of the stone, and Merlin kind of glimpses at him, and he has this tear in his eye. Supposedly, the idea behind it is because it's the last time he sees him, since he's going backwards through time. It's not because it's the first time he sees him, it's because it's the last time he'll see him since he's going backwards.
That's weird. How do you talk in forward sentences?
I really
How
don't...
do you exist? Like, how do you make logical decisions about things that are happening and going to happen? How do you think and research? Like,
I don't
what?
know. It was always just a weird thing of, like, he's just a magician, but he goes through time backwards for some reason.
That's like one of those things that they thought up, that they thought would be a neat idea, but they had no idea how to write it.
I guess the weird part is that technically in the movie, does he not get younger with every year or so that goes by? Since it's like technically from from our perspective, he's getting younger because he's going back through his whole life.
Yeah, I mean technically.
Granted, I don't know exactly. I think the whole point is he's like at the end of time and goes backwards to the beginning of time. So I don't know how old he's supposed to get at the beginning of time.
Look, if you've been alive for like billions upon billions upon billions of
well,
years...
also you have to keep in mind the whole idea was that they thought the world was like a few thousand years old, so he was probably not supposed to be like billions of years old. But like from our perspective now, with that idea, he is.
Like you just been floating around in space, like...
It's Sarda all over again. Except he hasn't gone to go through like billions upon billions of iterations of the timeline where he still can't remember to maybe get to the beginning of the timeline before White Mage said something.
The Ultra Psychic Shockwave!
Too bad you're too low on health to use it.
So this thing kind of becomes your new main weapon, as long as you're at near full health. Because it's just real heckin' powerful.
Guess where I'm not at.
I think it even goes the whole screen.
Wow.